Hey, everybody, it's Daniel Lewis again. I'm sitting here with my guest, Chef Koumbid, JKJ Processing. As some of you all know, they came into the Cowboy Cup heavy last year and not only won almost every category they entered, we also gave them grand champion. So congratulations on that, John.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. You know, we try to make the Cowboy Cup something that's worthwhile for you guys. I mean, there's really no sense in me doing it if you guys aren't benefiting. Have you, the $1 million question for me is, did you see any spike in business or any increase in productivity or anything with the wins at the Cup this year?
So what's crazy is a lot of us look at these competitions, these events, as a business owner, we look at them as, okay, what's the ROI going to be?
Sure.
What's the return on investment? With the Cowboy Cup, we picked up 10, 15, 20 new dispensaries that were literally at the Cowboy Cup watching us continue to walk across that stage. So yes, we did see an uptick in business and especially on the products that we won. So yeah, I mean, your event is great.
Yeah.
It's, the competition is fair. I don't believe it's slated at all towards, you spent $10,000 with this huge get up, you're guaranteed a prize.
You didn't do that. You didn't sponsor.
I didn't sponsor. I didn't
have a booth.
I didn't have a booth. I didn't have anything. Yeah. We just put products in.
Grand champion without a booth.
Without a booth.
So need one next year.
Yes, we will put one up next year. It won't be as big as the Bodega Boys, but we'll try. But that's what I gotta say about your competition is it's fair. This guy doesn't have to do it, but he sent everybody that entered into the Cowboy Cup. He sent them the judges' notes so they can see what the patients are actually saying when they're partaking in this medicine. Right. So that's something that nobody else does here. So that's kudos to y'all being transparent on the actual judges and what they think of the product that they're trying.
Well, at the end of the day, that's why you're here, and I know you guys, I think you entered 10 or 15 products last year. And even though, some of these companies, I've had people complain that they entered too many. Well, at a lot of times this is R&D, right? So you enter several products, you see which ones everybody likes, you get the notes back, you get some feedback back. And even if you don't win, we want to make sure that it's, that you've bought something that's worthwhile to you, and you're going to get that feedback no matter what you place.
Yeah. And honestly, if you make a great product, if you enter 15 products or one product,
right.
If you make a great product, and you only entered that product, you have a chance of winning first place, a belt buckle, second place, boots with the spurs, Yeah.
So there's in our I tell people this all the time, there is no rubric in our judging that says how many entries did they have.
Yeah.
So you've got flavor, appearance, flush cure, and all that stuff, appearance, and that's it. So and we do generally it's blind. Now your categories are a little different with edibles. It's not a blind category, but sometimes they don't even know how many people or how many of these things are actually yours or not.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know you enter into a couple of different SKUs too. So
yeah.
And
and that. Does that make it a little better on the edibles that we actually putting it in the packages that the patients buy from the dispos or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it's fair.
Yeah.
I think
my argument is this. My argument is this. So, and the reason we do branded edibles is a lot of your stuff may say JKJ. If I give them that Bedrock Crunch Bar, everybody knows who's Bedrock Crunch Bar that is. Nobody else is making it.
Nobody else is making it.
So what are we really hiding? We try to do a good job in vetting judges that we know will come do an unbiased job, no matter what the category. And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that over the years.
But what the best part about it is, it being in a branded packaging, is the amount of patients that come to your event, they can look and they can see, those Cheez-Its won first place. Now I need to go find what dispensaries carry this package. To where if it's blind, where it's just in a black bag,
right,
the patients aren't going to know what it is. So, at first when I was told, it's got to be in the packaging that you saw it, I'm like, well, fudge. Some of these judges might not like John from JKJ,
right,
and it might be the best edible they ever tasted, but they're like, oh, oh,
yeah.
oh, horrible.
Yeah.
And then go down
They could.
to Billy and Bob's dispensary, be like, oh, can I get 10 of those Cheez-It crackers?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I applaud you guys for the edibles being branded because it does help the patients know, okay, well, he just went for cheeses. What did they look like?
Right.
Well, here's the bag with my face on it.
Well, and at the same time, it goes back. You got to have a good brand. You got to have a brand that people trust. And I don't think there's anybody running around going, I hate that John Koumbid fella. I mean, you are kind of a dick, but
There's like 7.
yeah. And so, there's no way I can prove, can keep them out. Right. Cause I don't know who likes who and for whoever enters the competition. But, we try to do a good job of vetting people and try to pay attention. And to be honest with you, I go back and look before we pick the winners. And if there's some crazy looking shit, and it's happened in the past, didn't happen this year, but I've seen where somebody's scoring everything 0, 0, 0, and then 2 of them get this giant number, and then everything's 0. Well, that skews everything horribly, especially with 12 judges. I recuse them, and then they just get dropped from the whole entire competition.
I mean,
and that's something I feel is, and I could do that to any judge. I don't do it for any other reason unless I see something that just looks completely biased.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think you guys do.
Some safeguards.
I think you guys do a great job. I mean, it's a great event.
So what all you guys got? You said 200 SKUs in here?
200 SKUs.
Golly, and you're white labeling too?
White label a lot.
So if anybody needs white label and gummies and whatnot, this is the guy to call.
All white label gummies, chocolates, lollipops.
Yeah. And they got some great products. I know what they're doing. You said you're moving. You guys are getting ready to move to a new facility. Is that correct?
Yeah, we broke ground last Sunday, 2 Sundays, three Sundays ago. We everybody had a shovel and we moved a little bit of dirt.
I got you.
The heavy machinery should be there next week.
So you guys are building this?
Yeah, we're building it from the ground up.
I didn't catch that earlier.
Yep,
okay.
building it from the ground up.
So it's going to be exactly how you
exactly how I want.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys got to have enough experience now that you've kind of seen what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know it's tight back there. So.
Oh, it's cramped.
I'm sure everybody will be stoked.
Like sardines.
Get a little break
stuff. Yeah. So it's good. It's exciting and scary all at the same time.
Sure. How many employees you guys have?
20 full timers. I've got 2 part-timers that just come in whenever they want to come in.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
So it's, started out with 3 employees and now we're up to 20 full-time.
It looked like you had a pretty fun space back there. You don't have a lot of people coming and going. It looked like everybody that's here has been here for a while.
Yeah.
Really enjoys.
Everybody has been here for a long time. I have 3 that just started about a month ago, but they've been following me since day one. So they're avid supporters of my company. So I have 3 of those, but everybody else has been here forever. Like Sherry's been here for 4 years. Brian's been here for 6 years. Jason for 3 years. Charles for 3.5 years. And I think that just goes to show how you take care. If you take care of your people, they're not going to go anywhere.
Good try. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
They're going to stay here.
This says a lot to how you treat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's crazy, but
now it is.
New building's going to be almost 10,000 square foot. We were going to go over 10,000, but unfortunately, the fire marshal over 10,000, you have to have a sprinkler system throughout the whole building. And I was like, I'm okay with 9,800 square feet.
Yeah, I'll make it that in. So, obviously with expanding, there's going to be some challenges. What are you trying to get on top of? What do you see is going to be the staffing?
Sure. I mean, I could probably hire 3 more people and I'd be right where I need to be, but I still have the room to hire those 3 people. So the ones I have back there now, they just put in the extra work and work extra hard for me. But at the new facility, we should have plenty of room, plenty of people to continue to grow.
Yeah. Well, until then, you guys will just keep pumping all the good products out of here, huh?
Out of this little bitty space.
Yeah. And making it work. Everything looked super clean, like I said, and everybody looked like they, very professional back there. And I commend you guys for being here and being around so long. I've known each other since the beginning. Being Harvest Fest and stuff, and it's great to see the good guys still sticking around. We've got Rec Bill getting ready to go up. The Orca, Jed Green's putting up that new one. I'll send that stuff over to you. And so maybe we can get that, and hopefully it'll be good timing, well, kind of shrink the industry down a little bit and then add Rec to it. And, I think now we're kind of getting down to the guys that the companies that are trustworthy, the brands that are trustworthy.
The ones that aren't going to go anywhere.
Right, the ones that are going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you saw a lot of companies leave when regulations got tighter.
Yeah.
Because they knew they weren't going to make money anymore. Because they had to start doing shit the right way.
Right.
And so if we've done it the right way since day one. Have we had our stumbles, our falls, and our hiccups along the way? Sure, everybody has it.
Sure.
But we have fixed the issues, and knock on wood, all of our OMA inspections, health bar inspections, OBN, have always gone smooth, no issues. You know,
That's great.
at this point, if you're not doing it right, they're going to catch you.
Yeah, yeah. And they've got a list, I'm sure. They know who they're looking for.
Yeah, they already know.
So you're from Oklahoma?
Well, I was born in New York, but I've lived in Oklahoma since I was 12.
You're a Okie.
I've been here
You're an Okie.
40 years, so I'm an Okie. Yeah.
So support our Oklahoma guys too. So John, you've been doing this long enough. If a guy's struggling or a guy's new, I know there's no secret sauce to this business. I think we talked a little bit about that, but 3 keys to success for any business. It doesn't have to be cannabis business. Could be any business somebody's want to start.
Golly, 3?
3.
I honestly respect the people that you work for or that work for you. Be humble. Humble is my biggest thing. You can ask anybody. I'm humbled by my success. I'm humbled by my team. And number 3, just don't give up. You just got to keep fighting. Don't give up. I mean,
Get better.
and you know, literally, that's what our industry is here in Oklahoma. You know, respect, being humble, and not giving up, and doing it the right way. You know, a lot of people don't do it the right way, still to this day, but they're going to get caught. But I want to tell you real quick, the coolest thing about the rec bill that's coming up that Jed Green has done with Orca is he has done a mock bill, and he's sending it out to everybody. So if you don't like something on there, all you got to do is say, hey, Jed, page 2, line 43, can we change the verbiage? So Jed is actually looking for input from this industry on what our rec bill needs to look like.
Before it even gets submitted, it's not even
Yes.
in its it's question period or comment period.
No,
we're
nothing.
pre that. So I'll be sending it out on mine. I'm sure everybody will be seeing it. Keep an eye out, and like you said, if there's anything that you want changed, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, this is the time to do it.
Absolutely.
And that's what a lot of people don't, you know, we got all these people in this industry that are like, oh, this bill sucks. This bill. Okay, well, what'd you do to try to change it?
Right.
Did
Well,
you
here's
call?
our
Did you email?
Here's our bill guide. This isn't an MSO bill. This is us sitting down
Yep.
with everybody, really Orca sitting down, Jed sitting down with everybody, finding out what they want, how we can make this work for us, something that we can pass and something that we can maintain. So I'm excited to see it. Thanks
I'm
for
excited.
that, John, yeah.
Listen, I'm excited to see it too. We're at the point where we need rec.
Yeah.
We need rec to happen, but only if it's done the correct way.
That's right. Yeah, and he's talking about doing it as a constitutional amendment too,
Yep.
so it'll make it a little bit harder for them to mess with
Yep.
once we get there. And hopefully we can. I mean, they're going to make changes, and we need that. We need them to be able to regulate it, but hopefully it's something that makes sense to all of us.
Yeah.
And so.
I hope.
Again, John, I can't thank you enough for all your
Bro,
support, man. Congratulations on
pleasure,
the Grand
man.
Championship this year. We were honored to give it to you, and keep up the good work, man.
Yeah, I'll see you this year, and I'll see you at Harvest Fest
Yeah, oh yeah.
because I'm coming for you, Harvest Fest.
We'll see you down there.